Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to War on the Sea. In previous episode I was engaging a convoy. I didn't quite show you the entirety of the battle. Good thing too, because that lasted for another almost 45 minutes, real time, before I had sunk all the transports. One destroyer made it out alive and it's still operating somewhere in the region. Probably didn't get too far, but I still have to intercept it. Now, the Dauntlesses that or the dive bombers, whatever they are, that I cannot currently select, were coming back because they already did the strike against the convoy, so I can RTB those. Then I'm going to have to be a little patient with the Hornet, get ready for her to launch new aircraft because they just received some, and it's going to take a little over an hour. In the meanwhile, we have the other task forces still moving towards their relative positions. There's not that much that currently needs my attention. Only when TF-21 and the Sneaky Boys return home do I need to really do something. So for now, let's just wait for the next encounter and see what we can find over here. Milne Bay ready to launch, Enterprise ready to launch. Hey, a submarine. Interesting. I was looking for something that threw out a spotter plane a while ago. And then I, kind of stumbled/happened upon that convoy of destroyers and transports. This is the guy that I was actually looking for. So they sort of inadvertently got caught in the crossfire. Now, let's engage with Task Force 19 against the submarine. Yeah, formation's pretty good. I can work with this. I can already turn on all surveillance systems, particularly radar and sonar. And I can probably tell the Hornet to start disengaging, because I really don't need her in this particular fight. She's far too valuable and far too fragile. Well, not strictly fragile in the sense that one torpedo will kill her, but I'm just not particularly interested in having her take a torpedo. I'm suspecting that once again the submarine is in front and has already been, well, put in a position by the computer where it's capable of immediately going on the offensive. And I'm correct, because there are torpedoes coming from right there. So, let's see if I can make it less of a disastrous attack/evasion than last time. We're going to break formation. I want you to head into the direction. Let's see, that's over to your port side, so that's over there. I'm thinking they're trying to target a destroyer. I'm just not really 100% on which one it is. But at this rate, the Taylor is going to get caught right in the crossfire. So, step on it and get your ass out of this torpedo line. Come on. Fast is good. That torpedo's not going to wait until you move your ass out of the firing line. Serious damage on this ship. All stop. Strong, it's time to take some countermeasures here. Slow down to 9 knots. We should be close enough to the firing position that we can hear the sub at this point. The Taylor hopefully can be salvaged. I'm not even sure if she was the actual target, but, well, they still did a lot of damage to her. Australia is fine. We can tell the Australia to just disengage for now. San Diego needs to slow her ass down. We have found the submarine in front of the Strong. She's right there. Let's tell you to engage, and I'll take control of San Diego. Any follow-up activity that needs to be done after the Strong commences her depth charge attack is going to be done by the San Diego. Unfortunately, there's not much that I can do to help out the crippled Taylor. The poor destroyer, well, she's afloat, but if that flooding spreads throughout the ship, and it seems like it is, then we have some issues. Our counterpart, Strong, is making its presence known and giving this submarine a battering of depth charges. Unfortunately, I'm not really seeing that many effects of it at the moment. The submarine appears to try to dive away. Not a bad plan, of course. problem is going to be to keep it lit up and at the same time attack it. So I'm really thinking that this thing didn't take enough damage to get motivated to go up or down. Although for some reason it has no propulsion. That's interesting. It's not moving. The deck over here looks a bit blackened. So maybe we hit a depth charge on their engineering section. Their machinery has been damaged. Potentially beyond repair. Let's slow you down a bit. Strong. Stop. 3 knots is fine. We are almost on top of that submarine, which appears to be coming up for air. Not as far as I'm, well, concerned, interested. I want the Strong to turn to port, keep an eye on it. And the San Diego can do a bit of a depth charge run, so that we don't have to wait for this thing to surface. So, speed up. Get ready to throw some depth charges overboard. We don't have that many remaining though. 18 out of 60. But it should still be plenty to get rid of this sub. That's enough. How many? 12 left. Good strike. Yeah, that got him. Right on the nose. Submarine appears to not be able to surface anymore. I think she took critical flooding there. Target appears to be flooded and sinking. 330, there comes the emergency blow. 320. And she's done. Now, how is my other destroyer doing? She's able to control the flooding. It hasn't expanded more than what it initially was. But I think we're going to have to send the Tailor back for some repairs. Because she is having a really rough day. So, I would need to detach this destroyer. Leaving the Hornet with the protection of the Australia, the San Diego, and the Strong. Well, so be it. I still have quite a nice amount of points, so I can easily buy another destroyer, send that to meet the Hornet, and make sure that she has a bigger submarine screen. Because submarines, the AI seems to have no shortage of, although we have reduced their number somewhat. Alright, let's leave this battle. Yep, critical damage, heavy damage, moderate flooding. Well, considering the amount of flooding that she took, I'm happy she's still here. So, the Tailor, heavily damaged. The same can sort of be said for the Hornet. She has also been damaged. She had a couple of compartments flooded, but that was not in any recent episode. Considering that there's only one destroyer around, I feel like it's warranted to keep the Hornet around until I can find and eliminate that destroyer. And then send the whole group back for repairs, where and when needed. Same for Task Force 21, which is the Washington's group and the Sneaky Boys. And 16 is on the way to try and get the supplies over to Rennell Island. Now we're ready to go. Let's launch the aircraft. We're going to send up the Avengers with high explosive bombs. I think the destroyer's somewhere in this vicinity. That is the most inefficient search grid I've deployed lately. There. See if we can find it and just make our way slowly back towards the main base. Because that's really the only place that I have to repair my ships. We still got 19 and 18 patrolling. The Enterprise is here as well. Still looking for targets, but so far nothing. Now, if you are interested in the videos, then please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the subscribe button. Verify if you are subscribed. Because some of you, as I have seen in the comments, are not yet subscribed, even though they thought they were. So have a look and subscribe to the channel because you're really helping me out with that. Alright, we have found the destroyer, the last surviving unit of that convoy. They ran away after the previous encounter. Ignore. I'm going to get a bit closer and now go into tactical. Oh, we're right on top of him. Hello. Considering our current formation, I think line ahead's actually not bad. Let's see if one salvo with high explosive bombs is going to be enough to sink the destroyer. It was already severely damaged in the last encounters, so it might not need that much. Coming up from behind, this is the attack wing, the other two are just sort of holding position. Fighting back with anti-air. Oh, that's how they do it. First time I'm using these things in the bombing capacity. That's never gonna hit. Yeah, I stand corrected. That did hit. But I think it's not really the most efficient way to do it. Seeing as the destroyer is really mobile, I'm not sure if this is the best use of my resources. Alright, I'm going to take my no control of 12. I'm going to dive. I'm going to see if I can manually drop the bombs onto the target from a low altitude. So let's go to 400 feet. Open the bomb bay doors. Would be nice if I could get a targeting reticle. But I'm not. Huh. You get them for dive bombing, but apparently not for this. Current altitude 1800. Let's continue to go down. This is very much a practice run in case you haven't figured it out. Looping around. Losing altitude all the way, as planned. Let's come up from behind him. Follow the wake. Steady, steady. I'm gonna drop one bomb first. Oh, I dropped both. Okay. Never mind. Whoever has bombs, feel free to discharge them on top of that destroyer. Just do it from some slightly less altitude. Because I think that the altitude is not really helpful. What I could do is an attack run with the guns. Maybe... Oh, yeah, right. Now you get a reticle. Okay. In that case, I want you out. Maybe that's what I was doing wrong. That's what I was doing wrong. Okay, I didn't get a targeting reticle because I didn't have it selected as a target. / it was not told to engage. So, Avenger 11. You are now mine. We're gonna drop altitude. Drop to 370. Increase speed to full, 238. I'm going to try and stay out of their anti-air for as long as possible. And spend as little time inside of that anti-air bubble as possible. I have to remember that the bombs take the kinetic energy from the plane. They get the same speed, so I don't need to drop when I'm directly overhead. I need to drop a bit sooner than that. Bomb bay doors are open. Turn, get ready. Loose. Ah, that was a lot better. That was much, much better. Okay, let's see if I can do it again. Avenger 9. What's the damage on that thing anyway? Heavy damage. Okay. It seems to be mostly unable to do any effective damage against my planes. I'm not sure if the anti-air specifically can get damaged, but maybe the destroyer just doesn't have that much anti-air to begin with. Now, if I slow down... Yeah, if I slow down, I will spend more time in the bubble, but I'm also going to get my bombs closer to where I would want them, maybe. Keep going down. Next time around, I'm just going to use the rocket pods again. Give it a bit of lead. Come on. There. Okay, good enough. Anything? Splashed him. Okay. Let the AI take care of it. Because apparently I am not good enough at diving runs just yet. Wing 9. You guys can head out of the fight. We're just going to follow Wing 5 as they commence their attack. From a pretty decent angle. I think we can make this work. You gentlemen, line ahead. Just going to do one nice bombing run from behind the target. There. Attack. The game is still looking really good. Really nice. Let's go without the HUD on this one. Bomb bay doors are open. Bombs are ready. I thought that these guys were going to do an attack formed up, but apparently they're not. Much to my surprise. I thought I had you guys lined up. Bombs away. All aircraft. Okay. That means that we can just leave now. In control of 5, 6, 7, 8. Form up. No joy. No joy. Okay, we need something else. We need rocket pods. Scuttled. Oh, interesting. That's something that I haven't seen before. Apparently, if the ship is too heavily damaged, the Japanese now decide to scuttle it themselves. It does give me 3 command points. Okay, good. Well, that can send these guys back to base, and with that, I can send the whole Hornet back to base. Meaning that I'll only have 1 aircraft carrier around, but so be it. The Enterprise is going to have to take up the slack. Now, I was recommended that I launch an Avenger, like just one of them, and without any kind of armament, because these things have 540 nautical mile range, so they can be very useful in just scouting an area, a large area at that. Enterprise ready to launch aircraft right away. Okay. Maybe I should make it a habit to launch smaller flights. Because the way that I'm going about it is usually a flight of 12 aircraft, which definitely works, but might be a bit too much. Oh. That's interesting. We have an attack. A scout aircraft. That has to have come from somewhere. Cruiser or battleship. Now there are still some units that I'm lacking. That I haven't seen yet. So let's begin. Send out the Wildcats. Give me all the ships. Get your radar online. New aircraft. Wildcats, all yours. That scout aircraft must have come from a cruiser or a battleship. Or a submarine. It's too far away from any land base to get out here. And besides that, I don't think land bases can even launch scout aircraft. So we have to trace this thing back to its roots. What sent it up? And what sort of threat is that going to pose to the Enterprise and her group? I'm definitely going to have to do some more scouting. Target down. Now that came from the north. So let's send the Avenger to the north. And do the same thing with the other aircraft. Where are they? Yes, those Wildcats. Enterprise, leave your previous location. I don't want to be too predictable with that aircraft carrier. Can we send out another wing? Even if it's just one empty Avenger, it would help. I would still very much be in favor of a system that just allows it to launch scout aircraft automatically. Give me another. Just one, please. None. Where is the origin? Huh. Interesting. So another one came up further north, huh? Whoa, ships? Oh, hello. That's interesting, to say the least. That's 2 destroyers. But the destroyers are not capable of launching scout aircraft. So there's something else out here. We need to find it. Because this is just the beginning. Okay, Enterprise. Launch aircraft. 6 Dauntless per. Should be enough, right? So full flight, you guys are going to head over there and we're going to have a look at those destroyers up close. Wildcats, you cannot shadow them anyway, so you're going to continue on your course. Is that the group that I was looking for? Yes. Okay, carry on. Down here, everybody at base yet? No, still waiting. Okay, guys. Wait for the rest of your friends to show up, the ones carrying actual bombs. And let those guys do the damage. Oh, sub. Okay. Just saw that. Submarine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All of you. Form up on 1. 9, 10, 11. Basically everybody else. Oh crap, I need to do it like that. Form up on 9. Now this is cruelty to small ships, so if you are... let's say if you are faint of heart, I would recommend that you look away, because this is not going to be a pleasant experience for the destroyers. Oh, hold on. These guys need to be 1 wing. No. What? Oh! Right, I'm trying to blend several different groups of aircraft. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Form up. You guys get target 2. Engage. You guys get target 1. Engage. We have the Wildcats around, but they're just fighters and the Avenger's empty. These guys are in for some seriously rough times. They can probably see the threat, but they just cannot do that much about it. Yes, they might shoot down 1 aircraft, they might even shoot down 2, but I think that that's all that they can do. And as opposed to last time, I'm not going to do this bombing run by myself. Hits. Most of them seem to have missed. Hit. Another hit. The Wildcats. I want the Wildcats to do a strafing run. Oh, they're 38,000 yards out. Never mind then. How much did we damage them? Heavy and critical. Okay, so one of them could be dead. I just don't know it yet. You know what? Do a strafing run. Have some fun. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Strafing run. If we can add some more, well, some more issues to their damage control, we might just finish them off. Oh, look at that. Heavy and critical damage now. So we need to hurt target 1 a bit more. Everybody, target 1. Engage. I lost 1 Dauntless. This is target 1. Definitely looking a lot better than target 2. Peppering from all sorts of shells. Still heavy damage only. Another couple of strafing runs coming in. I wonder if we could kill it off like that, but I don't think so. Everybody, veer off. That way. So now we can just let this guy wither for a bit. And at least this is a submarine. Yeah, right. Well, it's going to be a submarine soon. This destroyer should be dead. And the other guy... There we go. That's 2 sinking. The other guy might live. Considering that they don't have critical damage. Yeah, I'm going to have to hit him again. And I can do that. No problem. I also need to look into the attack on this submarine. So, Enterprise. Do you still have any Dauntless left? Oh, I cannot launch for another 0.3 hours. Ignore that attack. Yeah, there's nothing to play with there. Set a new course. Northeast. I have to wait a bit of time to get that attack in. I know I have a lot of points, by the way. 97 command points, for those of you commenting on that. I'm going to spend them once the rest of the group here from TF21, from the Washington, comes home. Because then I'm going to have a lot of points, as these guys will be refunded of sorts. Well, actually the Washington won't, but the cruisers will. So then I can build another bigger task force, potentially with 2 battleships. At this point, I need to do something about this submarine. You guys can RTB, you have completed your attack. I just need to do something. Well, wait a bit, basically. To launch the additional Avengers. And get that submarine killed off. What? Oh, that is problematic. That's an airstrike coming from the east. So there's an enemy aircraft carrier potentially to the east. Because I wouldn't know what else it could be. Right, well, I'm going to have to do this one in the next episode, because this one has gone on for almost half an hour. Join me next time. Subscribe to make sure that you get notified by the time that the next episode is up. And I shall see you then for, well, whatever air attack the Enterprise is going to come under. See you guys soon.